Today's adventure begins as the recording of this January 1st, 2026.
Welcome to the year 2026. Do you know, as I was writing this, I had written down a few notes for myself, and I was writing 2024 as just experiencing 2024, and I thought, what the heck, Matt? We're in 2026. What the heck happened? Well, join me today as I walk around my hometown here of Castle Rock, Colorado. I make these every year. I've hidden the last few years, but I'll unhide them. I'm just walking around here and just showing you the town. I'm going to talk about 2025 and what we did and who we lost, and 2026 coming up. And this is going to be more of a tribute than anything to Adam the Woo. You know, I never met the guy. I did make a lot of comments on his videos and he responded to most of them. He seemed like, to me, just a down-to-earth guy, kind of like a brother. And it really hit me. I didn't think it would, but it really did. Here's a guy that you watch every day, or almost every day. And when he passes, it just hits you. So that's how I feel about that. Let's keep walking down here. Here's the Castle Rock Fire and Rescue Department, the fire headquarters. So let's walk around Castle Rock. Join me. Yes, you. Shall you? I have my piping hot caffeinated beverage, as I should, on this January 1st. Now granted, it is not cold out. I mean, it's cold enough to wear a jacket, but it's not that cold. So here I did it again. I had said, so in 2024 we blah blah blah. I had to cut that out. What is going on? How did we lose a year? We lost a year. I don't know what happened, but okay. Here in Castle Rock, they've got, at this time of year, they've got the horse-drawn carriages.
Be careful, boy. So you're gonna ride with Leah? Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
Oh, these are great. I know, huh? We've got Bubba here like we did. Well, his actual name is Cinnamon, but he's in the same place we had him last year. Cinnamon, you want to say hi?
Go. Hey.
He's a happy guy. I have no hands. My hands are full. This is a 2nd Street promenade here in Castle Rock. I'm going to set my beverage down, show you guys a little bit here. It is really nice tonight. Thanksgiving. See, everything is messing me up. I started talking about how great 2024 was. What happened to the year? Oh my gosh, a whole year went by. Okay, Matt, it's 2026. We just finished 2025. Here I was talking about Thanksgiving, but on Christmas, I was walking around, walking the dog, and I was in bare feet, no shoes, no sandals, and short sleeve shirt. Walking around on Christmas in Colorado. That was nuts. It was over 70. Today, not 70, but it's high 50s, low 60s. All week was in the 60s. So just great temperatures here. We did have a little snow, a week ago? And that burned off really quick. So it's been a mild winter so far. I'm just gonna walk around. There's a lot more people out here this year than last year. Last year was much colder. We're kind of freezing. But you know what? I'm going to talk about 2025. Let's say that right. 2025. So in 2025, I started 3 new channels.
Only because, well, I'm kind of nutty like that. So well, let's back up. So at my job, where I'm still at, I work security, gate access officer, I think is what I'm called. And I do that at Castle Pines. I've done that for a couple of years now. I really enjoy it. Love the residents, love the people I work with. I have a great time there. But so one of the employees that had worked the graveyard shift from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. had quit in March, and they didn't have anybody to take that. And I was kind of on a new shift in the mornings at 6 a.m. My body don't get up, my friend. I can't get up at 4:30, take a shower, get to work. It's just too hard for me. So I'm a night owl, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I did the overnights, and this channel, obviously, as you know, I like to go behind the scenes of other content creators. Well, if I'm not doing anything, I want to keep busy. I want to keep making content. I have my Home Run Baker channel, which I've had since January of 2023. 23, 24, yeah, 23. So I've done 3 seasons of baseball card reviews. Well, the Topps Now cards every single day during the season. That takes up a lot of time during the baseball season. But when the season's over, it's pretty dead. So anyway, she had quit. I took over. Which way are we going? Which way are we going? There's the whiff and the dog. Oh, by the way, I'm going to jump in real quick. So she is now a citizen of the United States. She took her test. She passed her test, and the day before Thanksgiving, she got her certificate. I don't know what you want to call it, but she became a United States citizen. So that was very exciting. That happened this last year in 2025. Very happy for her. Oh, and so getting back to the work thing. So this girl, she had quit, and there wasn't anybody to take over that position, so I took it over. And while I was there for the first couple weeks, I was there in March, and then by April, I thought, I gotta start another channel. So I started the Matt Baker channel, which I think I'm gonna air this one on as well. Now listen to me. I'm going to post it on this one as well. And yeah, the Matt Baker channel. I talked about my day, and then I decided to change it up and kind of do a review of channels that were under 1,000 subscribers. And that was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. But I just got so busy that by the time that my bid was over at that gate, I started back at my old gate from 2 to 10 in July. So I couldn't keep that up. All right, I forgot to add this. I'm here, I stopped for a second. There's a little Christmas tree, and that's kind of cool. Anyway, something Adam always said, and that was, join me, shall you? That always hit. Oh man, it just made you, the thing about that is, and everybody's made a ton of videos about his passing, and especially his friends and whatnot. Like I said, I was not a friend. I didn't know him personally. I had never met him. But he seemed like a brother in a way. I know that's crazy to sound, but if you followed somebody almost every day and you saw what they did and you went on their adventures with them, and that person felt like a part of your life, and he did. His wonderment of all the places he had been, which, crazy enough, I had been to almost, I'm gonna get run over here. I traveled a lot. In my younger years, I traveled all over the world, and most of the places that he's been to, I had been to before, and it was amazing to see how excited he was to go to these places. And I thought, man, that's awesome. I almost want to just like give him a pat on the back and go, hey man, what do you think? Is this place cool? Never did. Like I said, I left a lot of comments for him. He responded to a bunch. Here, take a look. Here's one just from a couple weeks ago when he was up at the Alps. I left a comment, and he responded. I felt like I said, I felt like I knew the guy. But anyway, so we're talking about 2025. I had started the overnights, I started the Matt Baker channel, and then in May, I started another one, and that's the Leave It to Baker BTS channel, the behind the scenes. So this channel, the Leave It to Baker channel, is strictly just going behind the scenes of other content creators. But I wanted something that I could show, like my travel to the destination, or me just going to grab a bite to eat, or whatever, you know, just something behind the scenes of how I'm making these. Then in June, I took my daughter to LA, her first trip back to LA, and we went to VidCon 2025. We had a great time. That was really eye-opening. She got to see a lot of content creators that she wanted to meet, and I got the opportunity to ask a lot of questions about YouTube to some executives. And I learned a lot, and I really enjoyed it. We went to Disneyland. We met some great people while we were there, some friends. And then we came back, and that was in July. And then where are we going? Why are we walking in the dark? All right, I lost my wife. She was walking with the dog, and she's walking down some dark alley, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. See ya, bye-bye. I'm gonna keep going this way. So I ditched her. Anyway, so July, I don't know what we did in July, other than, you know, I worked. And then, oh, I know what I did in July. My wife and the dog and myself, we decided to travel. We went to Four Corners. We went to the Petrified Forest. We went down to Carlsbad Caverns. All this stuff is on the Matt Baker channel. And then we went to Texas. We saw my sister. We saw my mom. And we had a great time. And then we get back in August, and all of a sudden, my mom has, hold on, I'm gonna cross the road here real quick. So it's August, and my mom has a slip and fall, which happened often. You know, it wasn't like she couldn't get up from that stuff, because she had fallen quite often, but she was pretty tough. She was a strong Ukrainian woman. But this time something happened, and she didn't do great. She went to the hospital, and I talked to her on the phone several times, and then my sister called me and said, Matt, you better get down here to Texas, where my mom and my sister had lived. She said, it's not good. Something's not right. And I said, okay, well, yeah, we'll come down, you know. I thought I'm just going to come down, you know, brighten her spirits up. And then she called me the next day and said, no, I'm serious. Get down here now. Mom's not going to make it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean Mom's not going to make it? She just fell. She goes, she's slipping fast. I'm going to walk over here because I'm getting emotional. Okay, I had to come sit down. Number one, because, and I now know why a lot of content creators and Adam the Woo had switched to like the Osmo Pocket 3. They're so light. This son of a bitch is heavy. I mean, it's a full camera with a big lens and a mic and everything. Good Lord, man, my shoulder's killing me. Anyway, yeah, she said, getting back to the story of my mom and my sister, she said, Matt, get down here now. And so I told my work, I said, hey, my mom's not doing good. I got to go down and see her right now. And my daughter and I, we rented a car and we started driving. And here's a crazy story. I'm not going to post the picture because my daughter, she'd be mad at me if I did that. So we were leaving Castle Rock, Colorado. We were heading south. We were almost to Colorado Springs. She was tired and she said, Daddy, can I lean my seat back, take a little nap? I said, go for it, do it. We got a long drive ahead of us. And she leaned her seat back and she fell asleep. She was out cold in 5 minutes. And as I'm driving, I just happened to look over and she has got a tear running down her face. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to my sister real quick and I said, what do you make of this? What? She's crying while she's sleeping. And then she woke up And oh, I hear the, sorry, I'm busting out in, there's busting out in my story here. So she's crying, and I thought, what the heck is going on? And she woke up and she said, what's going on? I said, I don't know. I said, honey, why were you crying? And she said, I don't know why. And she didn't know why she was crying, but later that night, and I'll get to that, what happened on the way there. She said that in her dream that night, that Grandpa, my dad, had visited her and said something to the fact that I'm welcoming Grandma home, and that's why she cried. So, as it turns out, if you didn't know, my dad had passed in 2013, and my sister kept calling us on the trip down there, and she kept calling us, you better hurry, Matt, you better hurry, Mom's not doing good. I said, we're driving fast. It's like, whatever it is, 12, 13 hours. I don't know what it is. It's a long drive from the Denver area all the way to almost Houston. It's a long drive. And as we're driving, it must have been 10 o'clock or so, and she called me, and she had said, she's gone. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that my mom was gone. This is when both of your parents are gone, it really hits you hard. And that hit me hard. We pulled over, we got off the freeway, we pulled over, and I'm gonna switch hands. I'm not kidding, it's heavy. Am I that weak? And we pulled over into like a little business, and it was the only place that had some lights. We pulled over, and Elizabeth and I, we got out and we cried. We sat on the curb and we cried, and we held each other and hugged. And all of a sudden a car pulled up, and I could see, because I work with, security and police, and I could see as the car was pulling up, I saw the headlights, but I saw the rack of lights on the top, and I said, I think this is police. And he pulls up, he steps out, and he says, how you doing, sir? My name is Officer so-and-so with the something police here in whatever. It's in Texas. And he said, this is private property. I just wanted to see what's going on. Now, I can understand, he's inquisitive. Here's a grown man and a girl, and they're sitting there alone at night crying. I would have questions as well. But as it turns out, I said, we had to pull over. I couldn't think. I couldn't see anymore. I just got the news my mom had passed. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry. Where are you heading? And I said, I'm going to Willis. And he said, okay, well, drive safe, sir. And that part of it was really noble of him to understand what was going on at that moment. And he got in his car and he left. And then we got in the car and we continued on. And that night we didn't go see my mom, but the next day we did. We went and saw her at the funeral home. And then it was just a whirlwind from that point, just booking travel, because she was being buried in... Oh, my phone's buzzing. I bet it's my wife going, where are you? I guarantee that's what it is. I think that's what it is. And booking travel to New York, because that's where my dad is buried. They already had a plot. So we had to... You tell him. Yeah. And that's where we had to get all flights for all of us to go there, as well as ship her body, and then get there, and the Airbnb, and the funeral, and it was a lot. It was a lot. And so anyway, that was August. And then September, I went to, if you scroll back and see the video I made, and I finally posted it. It took a couple months because I really wanted to do it right, because these guys are amazing. Brendan and all the guys from Shuttlecraft, they're great guys. Their music is incredible. And I was there on my birthday weekend in September in Baltimore, and had such a great time making that video. And I think that video will garner more interest in people wanting to make a vlog, a behind the vlog episode. And so I guess that kind of brings us into 2026. So I've got at least 4 people that are now interested that want to do a behind the vlog episode. So that's going to kick off here pretty soon, probably January and February. My daughter and I, well, we're going to VidCon again. We're going to make it a 2.5 week adventure because we're going out there for VidCon, which is the end of June. And then we're going to drive up to We're going to drive up to Northern California and my old hometown of Danville. And we're going to be up there for the 250th anniversary of America on the 4th of July. We're going to go to the parade in Danville, California on the 4th of July. That's just it's going to be hard being in my old hometown. We're going to go past my old house. I'll probably make a video of that. So that'll be difficult, seeing the old house, but being there for the parade, I think, will be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. I know there were some other things that we were doing in 2026. Give me a second. Let me think about what they were. Okay, I remember what I was going to say. A couple of things. Actually, and I forgot this about 2025. Like I mentioned, I started 3 channels. It was the Leave It to Baker BTS channel, which I started in March. Is that right? Yeah. No, April. I started that in April. Then in May, I started the Matt Baker channel. Yeah, that's right. In May, I started the Matt Baker channel. But then in October, late October, I started yet another channel. That one's called Vintage Cassette Dude. Go check it out. I don't show my face, but you see my face here, so I am a totally different persona. My name on that channel is Brody, and I am a Jeff Spicoli type character. I'm a very 1980s surfer dude, and I'm just having a blast with it. You know, to be honest, because I love music and I wanted to start something where I can just play like old cassette tapes. And I just started playing them, and the first 2 weeks I didn't have 1 view or 1 subscriber. And then all of a sudden one day I had 42 views on something and I had 2 subscribers, and I was like, wow, I got 2 subscribers. And then all of a sudden it just picked up. And then I thought, hey, what if I made little, shorts? Like I love making shorts. I make the shorts on my my Home Run Baker channel, and I do that every single day, by the way, during the season. And I thought, what if I just did that? Kind of like a promo, like, hey, this is what's coming up the next week. Those were getting thousands of views. And I was like, okay, I think, I mean, I've made enough YouTube videos. I kind of know the system and how it works. So I started doing that, and all of a sudden it was like 5 subscribers a day. And I was like, okay, this is doing well. And I said, can I get to 100 by Christmas? Well, I got to 100 by Christmas, and I think I don't know, what is it, 113 or something? So the channel's growing. People love music. I think people like Brody. I don't know. Whoa, man. Welcome to Vintage. I don't know. I'm just having fun with it, like I said. I'm blocked on almost every single one of them. I'm getting the copyrights. But screw it. I like playing music, and that I'm going to keep doing it. How else is our younger generation ever going to hear music that maybe they've never heard in their life? Well, I'm going to play it, and they'll get a taste of it. So yeah, I started that in 2025. And I'm thinking here to just think about Adam and whatnot. So when I started the Home Run Baker channel, it was my buddy Johnny who said, dude, you know everything about baseball cards. Why don't you start a channel? And I said, maybe I will. And I was kind of watching Adam the Woo at that time. And I thought, so I had made a couple vlogs. And then when the season started, I said, hey, why don't I make a Tops Now every single day? And I was like, well, if Adam the Woo can do it, I can do it. Dude, I still don't know how he did it. I swear to God, I don't know how the guy, and that's what I wanted to do. In my mind, I thought that I was going to meet him someday, and I was going to do a behind the vlog and interview him and talk to him and say, how do you do it? How do you do it every single day? His videos were 35, 45, 55 minutes. I make a 60-second short every day, and by halfway through the season, I'm like, can I take a break? Yet he did it for years. I just don't get it. It's just,
it's just muscle memory, just sticking to it. It's amazing. I gotta hand it to the guy. He knew what he was doing. But anyway, yeah, oh, so 2026. So, yeah, what do we got? We got the Olympics coming up. We've got the World Cup in America, which hasn't been here since 1994. I'm a big soccer fan. I'm looking forward to that. Probably not going to make any games, but I'd like to. Let's see what else is happening in 2026. Well, other than the fact of me switching gates, because I'm going back to the overnight shift, I start that in a couple of days. I'm doing the graveyard, the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. for 6 months. I do like it because I get to edit, and I really enjoy that. Oh, I'm going to eat healthier. I know, everybody does that at the beginning of the year. I'm going to the gym now. But no, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm cutting out the sugar. I'm cutting out the fast food. And I'm gonna eat healthier because I'm over 50, and it was when he passed, it was a gut punch. I was like, holy crap, man, the guy was adventurous. He was all over the place. He looked healthy to me, and I feel healthy, but you never know. You never know. And so I'm gonna do my best to try to stay healthy and just eat better, because I don't eat great. I eat like crap. And I need to stop. So, anywho, with that, I am done. And thank you for checking this out. It was rather long. I hope you enjoyed it. But for a tribute for Adam, the vlog is over. All right, I just wanted to add this to the end. For some reason, I couldn't edit this. It wouldn't allow me to drag it into my editing. For some reason, I have no idea. Maybe because the resolution's so low. But anyway, this was sent to me by my cousin in a text message. This is my mom on the right, her old friend Shirley on the left. And this was from many years ago, but they're singing a traditional Ukrainian song. My mom was Ukrainian. I'm half Ukrainian. So anyway, enjoy this. Let's see if I could do this.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Who wants to taste this? Ready? Okay. Ready. Stara baba nema gachi ale budema. Ale budema. Ale budema. Stara baba nema gachi ale budema. Ale budema. Hey, 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 hey.
What's your name again? Shirley. You came in Shirley.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Oh,
here we go.
it's on a loop. It's going to play it again.
Are you guys ready? Who wants to
So,
taste this?
I miss you, Ma. I'll see you again someday.